Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for part 2 with the 8-time Mr. Olympia winner, the one and only, the king, Mr. Ronnie Coleman. Pops, you said you got somewhere you wanted to start at. Where we going with it?
Yes.
Where we starting part 2 off with?
I can't wait. Now, a lot of motherfuckers is going to be mad at me about this, and they going to want me to hush the fuck up and shut up, but I can't help myself, King. I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk about it.
Yeah, buddy.
When I would show up at a big powerlifting contest, and I had the announcer would say, "Hey, how you want them to announce you?" And I say, "You tell them I'm the Compton Superman, the Sidewalk Cracker, and I'm a drug-free powerlifting world champion." And whenever I throw the drug-free part in there, they would go, shh. Don't say that now. Everything else was like be Sidewalk Crack, Compton, all that, fine. But don't say nothing about being drug-free. Now, I'm going to tell all the listeners, all 12 of you motherfuckers, that to me, the most impressive, now this is, I don't know if it's more impressive, but to me, it's even more impressive than the 8 Mr. Olympia titles that you won. They're undisputably the GOAT of bodybuilding, the greatest bodybuilder of all. This part is overlooked and hushed. And goddamn it, I'm going to say it. You turned professional and stood on the Mr. Olympia stage.
Yep.
Drug-free.
Yep.
Now I'm going to tell ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that to me is just as incredible as the 8 Mr. Olympia wins. How you going to stand on the Mr. Olympia, the biggest stage in bodybuilding, drug-free? Now, that's fucking incredible. I heard Flex talk about it first. I heard Flex Wheeler talk about it first.
Flex taught me everything I know about drugs.
That's what he said. Yep. That's what he said. He said, "Hey, I'm tired of getting my ass kicked."
Yep, I sure did.
Tired of getting my ass kicked.
That's what I told him.
Now, what is y'all doing?
That's exactly what I said. And he told me everything that he was doing too.
Man.
Solomon, if you want to pull up some of those early pictures of Mr. Coleman in his early days.
Yeah, buddy. That's that. Look at that. That's
because I competed in the Olympia multiple times, drug free.
Yep. And that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is fucking incredible.
That's when I won the world championship right there, drug free.
That's goddamn incredible.
Wow.
Yep.
To be able to do that, drug free,
striations in the chest and everything,
traps and shit and all of that. That's just ridiculous.
Like I said, any picture you pull from me, from when I started bodybuilding to like 1994, 95, 94, I was drug free.
Dang.
So, was there any hesitation when that topic came up as far as, what are you guys taking? Was there any hesitation at first to not take the steroids, or you knew this is something you had to do if you wanted to compete on that stage?
Yeah, I knew it's something I had to do if I wanted to compete on that stage. If I didn't want to get my ass, continue to get my ass.
Did they ever try to shush you or keep you quiet about talking about being natural?
No, never.
Okay.
Never.
So they didn't give a damn, but
no, they didn't care. They didn't care at all.
Well, that's good, goddamn it.
So they never said not one word to me about it.
So you have from 98 to 2005, that 8-year span that you won Mr. Olympia. Is there any one of those that stand out more than the others?
The first one.
The first one?
Yeah.
That one meant the most to you?
Yep, that meant most to me.
Mission accomplished.
And that's my favorite one, and then that's the one that I was in the best condition also.
So you think 98 you look the best?
You know why?
I'm
gonna tell you why.
2003 Ronnie Coleman.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you why. Okay. In 98, I won my first Mr. Olympia, right?
Yep.
When does the car look the best to you? When you first buy it, or 8 years later?
Yep, when you first buy it.
Yeah, buddy, I know that. Yes, sir. There ain't nothing like that brand new motherfucker. Ain't nothing like it.
Exactly.
That motherfucker smells
98 was a brand new car for me.
Yes. Yep. Speaking of car, I'm a car nut. So when you talk about that brand new smell and all, you like cars quite. You had a Corvette too, didn't you, Big Ron?
Yeah, I sure did. I had a Corvette 97.
Yeah, that's my favorite car right there, Corvette Stingray. I remember.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got 4 of them right now, but they old.
Oh yeah. I only had one, just one, 97.
Yeah, buddy.
But it was a nice one. I enjoyed it. That's for sure.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna ask the audience to bear with me because I just want to run down Ronnie Coleman's contest history.
Okay.
All the awards that you won. It's gonna take me a minute.
Yeah.
So, audience, hang tight. So 1990, Mr. Texas. 1991, World Amateur Championships. 1995, Canada Pro Cup. 1996, you won the Canada Pro Cup again. 1997, Grand Prix in Russia. 1998, Night of Champions. 1998, Toronto Pro Invitational. 1998, Mr. Olympia, the first one. 1998, Grand Prix Finland. 1998, Grand Prix Germany. 1999, Mr. Olympia again. 1999, World Pro Championships. 1999, Grand Prix England. 2000, Mr. Body. 2000, hold on.
Mr. Body?
Mr. Body Langley. 2000.
What is that?
Yeah,
that's what they got on list as one of your accomplishments.
What is that? That's what I was going to ask. What is that?
Yeah, it might be a typo. Who knows? So we also got Grand Prix England, World Pro Championships. This is all 2000. Mr. Olympia again in 2000. 2001, Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. 2001 again, Mr. Olympia. New Zealand Grand Prix 2001, Mr. Olympia 2002. Hold on, I got to scroll. It's a lot. All right. 2002, Mr. Olympia. 2002, Grand Prix Holland. 2003, Mr. Olympia. Grand Prix Russia. 2003. 2004, Mr. Olympia again. 2004, Grand Prix England. Grand Prix Holland. Grand Prix Russia. Mr. Olympia 2005. Grand Prix Austria. IFBB. Grand Prix Holland. Grand Prix Romania. This is 2006. Mr. Olympia again in 2006. Mr. Olympia 2007. Sir, do you ever just sit back and are in awe of everything that you accomplished?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Because I never wanted to bodybuild, and I never considered bodybuilding either. The only reason why I did bodybuilding is because Brian told me to give me a free membership to the gym. That's the only reason why.
Man.
Because I was working out for free at the station. I'm like, I ain't about to pay for no membership. And Brian's like, man, I give you a free membership if you compete in this show coming up in about 3-4 months. He's like, I teach you how to train as a bodybuilder. I teach you how to diet. I teach you how to pose. I teach you everything you need to know. I'm like, dude, yeah, for a free membership, I do it.
And who would have thought that free membership would have got you to this point that you are now?
Exactly. Because had he not said that, because I worked out at some other gyms in the in the area. Because when I first got there, and they charged me membership, and I'm like, I can't afford no membership now. I just got this job, So Brian, like, I give you free membership. I'm like, okay. I do that. I compete in that show for a free membership, But that was the only reason why. I did bodybuilding
Man.
because of free membership. Otherwise, I'd have went back to the station and worked out for free.
So you said earlier that some people are touched by God. So that truly is a testament of Mr. Ronnie Coleman being touched by God.
Exactly.
For somebody who didn't want to really do this and to accomplish everything that you accomplished, it literally took me 2 minutes to read off that whole list of accomplishments. For somebody who didn't really want to do this when he first started off, that is absolutely amazing, sir. Absolutely amazing.
I tell anybody that will listen to me, God has a calling and a purpose for everybody born in this world.
Absolutely.
And it's up to you whether you want to accept it or not.
Absolutely.
That is a word right there, sir.
I'm going to say this before we move on.
Nobody asked to be here.
That's woo-hoo-hoo. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Before we move on out of this segment right here, I want to say, so everybody can hear me, that not only is Ronnie Coleman the best bodybuilder to ever walk the earth, best Mr. Olympia, he was the best natural bodybuilder that ever walked the earth too. Before he won all of them, he made it to the Olympia drug fucking free. I'm gonna stay on that shit for drug fucking free. Now he made me another natural bodybuilder that got on the fucking Olympia stage drug free. So he's as far as I'm concerned, he's the best natural bodybuilder that ever lived. And then went on to be the best bodybuilder fucking period that ever lived. So I'm gonna state that before we move on.
Can I ask you? And the more I'm thinking about this, and as I was researching you, I saw a lot of people talk about you, and you are on everybody's Mount Rushmore when it comes to bodybuilding. What is that like for you to know that your peers, consider you the top in their field, in the field that you guys share? And I ask that like because oh, go ahead.
It ain't really up to me to say I'm the greatest of all time. That's an honor. That's a appointment. Because if it's just me saying it, I'm just being conceited and stuck on myself. But it's the greatest compliment ever.
And I asked that
That's
because
the highest compliment you can receive from anybody.
We talked to Flex about that. He said the same thing. He said, he was disappointed in never winning the Olympia, but he said one of the things that he holds in very high regard is how his peers saw him, how you see him, how everybody that he competed against. He said that means more to him now than anything else, that all of you guys that he competed with hold him in such high regard.
Yeah, we all said Flex had the best physique ever.
That's what I heard.
Everybody say that.
Yep. Arnold Schwarzenegger said the same thing. I told him, I said that was one of the quotes I saw. Arnold said Flex Wheeler was the greatest bodybuilder he had ever saw. Yep. And I saw an interview with you, and you talked about your Mount Rushmore, and you put Flex ahead of you.
Yep.
What was it about Flex in your mind that made him so special?
His shape, symmetry. He had by far the best symmetry on the planet. Best shape on the planet.
Man.
I got the best work ethic. I got the best work ethic. Nobody could outwork me.
Goddamn.
I took my body and made it, what it is.
Yeah.
That's how I came up, I didn't have the best symmetry and the best shape. I molded it into that.
Flex
had that before he even worked out,
So I've heard multiple people debate on which version of the 8 years that you won the Olympia, what was the best version of Ronnie Coleman. So I've heard people say 2003. In your mind, what do you think was the best you ever looked on stage?
I always go back to the first one, that brand new car in 98.
98?
Yeah, And I go back and look at all those pictures, and I look at, everything. And I look at, the thickness, the size and the shape. And man, I didn't even know I looked like that until I saw the pictures. Because the night before the show, I had completely smoothed out.
Oh, man.
And my nutritionist, Chad, came in and he worked some kind of magic.
Man.
And I didn't see it until the photos came out.
Wow.
Night before, I'm like, oh, man, I done messed up bad. And it didn't matter because the year before I got ninth, And I'm like, oh, well, I don't do it this year. I guess I'll just wait till next year, and try to do it, And because I remember people coming up to me after the show saying, man, you look good. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, huh? Because I never looked in the mirror after I saw myself the night before. I never looked in the mirror after that.
Man.
So I didn't know how I looked until I saw the actual photos. To me, I was still looking like I looked the night before when I looked in the mirror and everything was gone. Because I was taking in like 2,000 grams of carbs a day.
Wow.
Chad, he had me, oh man, I ate so much that I could barely move. I mean, I was eating a ton of food before the show. Every single day. I was like Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It was like, and that Friday night, I had ate so much, and my body was so full of food, I couldn't see hardly no separation on me. And I'm like, oh man, I done messed up again. And Chad's like, no man, don't worry about nothing. I'm gonna fix this. You ain't got nothing to worry about. You're gonna be okay. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And he gave me some kind of powder or something, He's like, just drink this, and you'll be all right tomorrow. So I just drank the little powder and went to bed, And the next morning I got up, I like, oh man, I don't even want to look at no mirrors, I already blew it, so I don't really want to see how I look. And I didn't look in no mirrors and that whole day.
Damn.
Wow.
So when they called me for sixth place, when they called out the top six, I'm like, what? I made the top six? How did that? Because in the first round, I didn't get called out to like the fourth person. I'm like, oh man, I'm messed up again for sure. I didn't make the first three call outs. So I'm thinking, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm back at ninth again, ninth place. And I'm like, okay, I guess I guess I just wait till next year and try to put it together again. But when they kept bypassing me all the way till first, I thought they had actually made a mistake when they said flex me to second. And then it hit me. I'm like, wait a minute, this is Mr. Olympia. They ain't gonna make no mistake like that. and I think I kind of fainted right there. Yeah. I didn't remember what happened until Vicky came up on stage and helped me get up off the floor because I couldn't get up off the floor. I tried everything. My legs wouldn't work or nothing. I'm like, man, I lost my legs. And she came up there and she helped me, pull me up off the floor.
Man.
So that first,
and that's when I got up.
You said that first one was the most special one for you. What is going through your head when they say flex wheeler second?
Everything.
When did it hit you? Like, what's the first thing that went through your mind when you realized you had won your first Mr. Olympia?
I was still in a state of shock for a minute there, for a while there.
Did that make you more obsessed to go as the years went by? You kept winning them. Did every year you won just make you more obsessed to keep winning them?
Yep, exactly. That's what happened. I'm like, okay, I know what I did last year to win. So all I got to do is just continue doing that, and I win again. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take it a step further and try to do just a little bit more. Train a little bit harder, dive just a little bit harder, stay focused a little bit harder. And I was doing that every single year.
Did you give yourself time to enjoy it? And I asked that because, like I said, one of the things he said he never gave himself time to actually enjoy any of it. He said about it when that competition was over, the next day, he said he might give himself a day, but right after that, he's back in the training mode, getting ready for the next year. Was that the same for you?
No, it was different for me.
Okay.
I kind of took about 3 months off and didn't do anything. Because I like, man, I done beat my body up. I done did all this heavy weight training. I can't continue to just pound my body into submission. It's just gonna get worse on me.
Yeah.
So let me just give myself enough time to recuperate, let my body rest. And when I get started again, it'd be like starting all over again. It'd be like a new bodybuilder.
Yeah.
So I did that every single year.
So I'm glad to hear that. So giving yourself time to rest, but mentally, did you enjoy that process? Did you enjoy the hard training and the pounding you were putting on your body when you look back on it?
I didn't really enjoy everything until it was all over with.
It was over.
Because I always had it in the back of my mind that, hey, I'm still Miss Olympia, so I still need to, stay in that mind frame that I'm defending this title, regardless of what I do. And that was always in the back of my mind. So, I'm still conscious, aware that I need to stay in the mind frame of, I need to be ready when it comes time to jump on stage again for the next Miss Olympia, regardless of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I never just let myself go completely,
Yeah. You got anything, Parson?
Yeah, I got plenty.
Go ahead.
So the pinnacle, you've been to the pinnacle 8 times, the 8-time Mr. Olympia. And like I told you earlier, when I see somebody say anything bad about Ronnie Coleman, I'm ready to fight. But I want to tell you, I told Flex this on when we did him, but I don't think I explained it correctly. I told Flex, and I feel the same way about you, Big Ron. I think that right now, you are at your most powerful and at the greatest era in Ronnie Coleman's story. Right now. Because people don't realize what it takes to be the GOAT, have a health problem. You talking about somebody's flatlined 5 fucking times.
Yeah.
And to get your ass up, dust yourself off, take your ass back out there in front of every fucking body and say, I have no regrets.
Exactly.
The only thing I regret is not squatting at 800 for more reps. Look, people don't realize, if you ain't never been, you ain't never been to the mountaintop, and then to go back out there and have people see you not, all the motherfuckers, hey, well, he ain't what he used to be, and they gonna have they fucking, I have never spent 1 second feeling sorry for Ronnie Coleman. because Ronnie Coleman ain't spent 1 second feeling sorry for Ronnie Coleman. Now,
there you go.
why the fuck I'm gonna feel sorry for him? He don't feel sorry for his goddamn self.
I've had the best life ever.
Hell yeah.
And you can't convince me otherwise.
Goddamn right. And I understand that people look, I feel, no, fuck that. Ronnie does not feel sorry for Ronnie. I don't feel sorry for Ronnie. You don't shut the fuck up with that shit. Look,
exactly. I'm the happiest guy ever. Ever. I'm still the happiest guy. To me, I'm winning the Olympia every single year still.
Every guy.
I'm more, to be honest with you, I'm more popular now than I've ever been in my whole entire life.
Absolutely. And you fucking earned that.
This year, I've done more traveling than I've ever done when I was winning the Olympia.
Yep, absolutely. Because you earned that fucking respect. You don't have to be, you earned that. You earned that respect. All that stuff you did in your past has brought you to where you are today. It took all
I'm
that.
I'm treated better now than I was when I won those Miss Olympias.
Absolutely. And that's because you fucking earned that. You were the man in the arena and not the motherfucker sitting on the sideline.
Exactly. Exactly. You should be sad for some guy that's more successful now than when he was winning the Olympias.
Absolutely. Hey,
I'm way more successful now than when I was winning the Olympias. I didn't have no almost 7,000 square foot house when I was winning the Olympias.
That's a big ass house.
I didn't have. I wasn't driving. I wasn't driving $200,000 cars when I was winning the Olympia.
That is
my wife didn't have no $100,000 car that she could drive when I was winning the Olympias. That stuff is happening now.
Yeah.
You know.
But
I wasn't making millions of dollars back then. I'm making millions of dollars now. So I'm more successful now than I was when I was winning the Olympia.
Now, I got to tell folks this, and don't y'all fucking try to do this shit because Big Ron, that's my brother. But I told the king, I said, go. I ain't got no motherfucking money. I had a little bit of money. I had a business partner that took all my shit. But anyway, fuck all that. I said, Big Ron, I ain't got no money, Big Ron, but I want you to come on my little podcast so bad. And I want y'all to know, I'm just telling you this because I want you to know the kind of class act, the kind of person that the king is. If you're a fan of his, and this is why Big Ron said, CT, I ain't gonna charge you nothing. And I said, Big Ron, Goat, I can't pay. He said, I ain't gonna charge you nothing. You have paid your dues, and I'm gonna be in your pocket. Do you know how much that I'm gonna tell you? I'm gonna be thank you every time I see you. Do you everybody wants Ronnie Coleman on their podcast. Everybody wants to talk to Ronnie Coleman. I wasn't even sure if Big Ron would even know who the fuck I was. I am I'm such a big fan, and in my opinion, I'm, just a bug on the wall, on Ronnie Coleman's wall, just a little, and he took the time to sit down and talk to me and Mike on his podcast for fucking nothing. Now, don't you try that shit now. Big Ron's time is not free. You ain't me. So don't you try no shit like that.
Exactly. You ain't paid your dues like like you have.
They don't-
You've already paid me for this.
Oh man, I could never pay you for this, but I just want to let people know what kind of class act that Ronnie Coleman is. And
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, you've already paid.
All right, so I gotta touch on your back injury. So you suffered your first back injury in high school. Was it high school or college?
High school.
High school. So this has been an ongoing issue as the years went by.
Yeah. It seems like every time it seems like as time has gone by, I've always injured something in my life.
Yeah.
And back same thing, I injured at college, playing football, high school, like I said, same thing, playing football. I'm working out, also injured working out, in the gym. So it's just not one thing that contributed to my back injuries. It's the abundance of things, It just wear and tear, basically. I guess I could say that. You use something a lot. It's just going, eventually, it's going to break down on you.
Yeah. So you had your first. When did you have your first back surgery? When did you have your first back surgery?
I had my first back surgery in 2007, right after the Olympia, I think. So, and some of the surgeries I had was just to fix the surgery itself.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Because, the screws that they were using, they weren't used on 8-time Miss Olympia.
Yeah.
They didn't make screws to fix an 8-time Miss Olympia. So the screw just kept breaking. So I had to have another surgery to fix that. And that's just the way it is,
So how did the back injuries, all those years that you were training and winning these Olympias, how did the back injuries, did it affect the way that you trained at all?
Nope. No, not at all. Not at all. I was still in there, squatting. I was still in there deadlifting. I was still in there doing everything I had to do. It didn't affect anything. There were times where I did have to train around it, an injury, like when I herniated the disc, getting ready for the Arnold Classic in what was that, 96. And I took a couple of weeks off. And when I came back to the gym, the first thing I did was what it was that herniated my disc squat.
Oh man.
Because I'm like, I ain't gonna let this one exercise, make me fearless of doing it. So I'm gonna conquer this fear, and I'm going right back to squat. I didn't put 600 on there, but I did go half of 600. Yeah, until I built my strength back up, And I eventually got back to, what it was. I kind of rehabilitated myself by working out.
Yeah.
And made myself stronger by working out, training in the gym.
Hell yeah. When the doctor told you that you're not going to be able to do the shit you used to do, and I, Big Ron, I got to tell you this, that I remember my last competition, the doctor was the greatest bench press in America, and it was in Texas. And the doctor told me the day before competition, he said, CT, your heart valve is so weak that you could go out there and, the valve rupture or something on stage, and
Wow.
you could die right there on stage in front of all them people and stuff. Are you still? He asked me, was I still gonna compete? I looked at the doctor, Big Ron. I said, "Is you out your goddamn mind?" Hell yeah, I'm gonna compete. Die on stage? That's the best fucking way, besides fucking, that I can think of to go out. Is right there on stage in front of. I said, "Hell yeah, I'm going." Come on, doc. You don't ask me no shit like that. So when the doctor, I just told that long ass story to say, when the doctor told you, "Hey, Big Ron, you ain't, not gonna be able to compete and be Mr. Olympia no more. You're not gonna be able to squat 800," and all, told you all this bad news. How much time did you spend feeling sorry for yourself?
Not 1 minute.
Not a fucking minute. I broke it down to a second. Not a fucking second. Not one goddamn second did I.
As a matter of fact, it went in one ear and out the other.
Hell yeah. Hell yes. Now see, I knew that already. I knew it. I had to ask, but I knew that shit already, Big Ron. I'm so glad.
Yep. You know how it is.
Oh hell yeah! I knew that. I understand.
We have that same mentality.
Shit, yeah. But a lot of people won't understand that, Big Ron. They will not understand how you could feel like that. Because that shit ain't in them. They not built like that.
They don't have that passion.
Yeah, it's just not in them to understand. I don't see how. Motherfucker, it ain't you. It just not,
exactly.
It's not in you to you don't, like Big Ron said, you don't have that passion. You don't have that obsession. It's just not in you. You're not built like that. So you ain't you're not gonna understand the shit.
It's not gonna happen for you.
Yeah.
So when you made the decision to retire, that was for medical reasons?
When I made the decision to retire, it was for the reason that I wasn't going to be first place, no more.
So you knew that. You knew it was like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If I can't win, then I don't want to be here. You get used to winning, and that's all on your mind. That's all you think about. Now, if you're not gonna win, why are you gonna do it? I was addicted to winning.
Absolutely.
So if I can't win, I don't need to be here.
So you retired in 2007.
So that's why I retired. I retired because I wasn't gonna win no more.
So you won your last Mr. Olympia in 2005, right? Or 2005.
05, yeah.
05, and you had 1-8, which means you were tied with Lee Haney.
Yep, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Did getting number 9 mean anything to you at that point? You were content with where you were, or was it like breaking that tie with Lee Haney? Was that ever forefront of your mind?
In 2006, yeah, it was.
Okay.
In 2006, it was at the forefront of my mind, and when I didn't break it, I had to give myself another shot at it. Yeah. When it didn't happen in 07, I'm like, okay, it ain't me.
Time to let it go.
Time to go. If I ain't got, it wasn't about breaking the record. It was about winning.
Yeah.
If I'm not going to win, I don't want to be here no more. Like I say, once you get addicted to something, and you think that every time you enter this show, you're going to win.
Damn right.
That's what you want to do. But when you don't win, you don't want to do it no more.
So that wasn't a hard decision for you. When you made up your mind that it was time to retire, that was it.
It was it. I had decided that I wasn't gonna win no more. I can't win no more, so I'm out.
I know that's right.
Yep, I'm out of here. I still had the passion, So let me just do that now.
So when you made that
I've pretty
decision,
much done what I came here to do.
yeah. When you made that decision, did you have a plan for the second part of your life after bodybuilding? Did you know what you wanted to do after that?
Not really. No. But it just goes back to what I'm saying. You know, God has a purpose, a calling for each and every single one of us.
Absolutely.
And as long as we're here, that plan is in effect.
And you,
So
I guarantee you, King, that you are changing more lives. You're going all over the planet.
all over the planet, all over the world.
You are changing more lives now than when you had your posing trunks on.
Exactly. There's always the next generation coming up. And I got, 8, 9, 10-year-old kids still coming up to me, want my autograph, want to talk to me, want to ask me questions.
And you know what? I gotta mention this also. Ron, you out there traveling and shit, going all over the planet, meeting people and Big Ron will stay there until, and this is important to me because I don't know, Big Ron, have you ever been at one of them expos and stuff and people waiting and not been feeling well?
Yeah, of course. Many times.
Many times.
Yeah.
Same here. But have you ever, because you wasn't feeling well and you had good cause to have you ever not shook somebody's hand or
Nope.
Yeah, see, I already knew that too. I had to ask to get it verified, but I already knew that I'm not. If they come to see CT Fletcher and they wait in line to see me, they gonna see me. I'm gonna stay there until I shake the last motherfucker's hand. I don't care how long, and I don't care how I'm feeling. I don't care.
Yep,
I
that was me.
Look, Big Ron, I have been at the expo feeling sick as a dog. Ankles swole up. Don't know how I'm going to make it back to the hotel room. But if they come to see me, I'm going to shake their hand, take a picture. I'm going to do whatever the hell they want to because they came to see me. And I feel like I owe it to them to do that.
That's me.
And I
me
knew
too.
that.
A lot of times, when I was getting ready for the show, getting ready for the Olympia, I was the last guy. When they had to meet the Olympians,
Mm-hmm.
I was the last. I was always there for like at least an hour after everybody had left.
Yep.
Because these people came to see me.
Yep. Absolutely.
So I'm gonna shake their hand and take a picture and talk to them,
Yep.
until ain't nobody else there.
Yep. That's absolutely.
I'm there by myself for hours,
Yeah, and it's not like with him.
They came to see me, and
Yep.
I'm not the one who going to be there and disappoint them.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm going to be there.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to get up and walk away, and say I got to go and get my rest in for the show. They came to see me,
Yep.
so I gotta do what I gotta do. God put me here to be that inspiration for these people. So I'm gonna do what God put me here to do.
I ask him all the time when we go to these expos, just, how does it feel to have all of these people walk up to you and tell you how you changed their life or how you helped them through this situation? What is that like for you when you get these people that tell you the impact that you had on their life? Is that ever strange for you?
It's always strange for me. And it's going to always be strange for me because, like I said, I didn't ask to be here. God put me here. And it's up to me to answer that calling. That's the only reason why I'm here.
Woo-hoo.
So why am I not going to be here to do what I'm here to do? I might as well just die and be dead.
Mm.
But as long as I'm alive and I'm here, I'm going to do what it is for me to do, because God put me here for that particular reason.
Absolutely. That's right.
And I ain't got no other reason to be here, So that's why I do the things that I do.
Yeah.
I've never been the one who's been conceited and think I'm better than anybody else. I believe we are all created equal. We are all the same as each and every other individual is.
Yep.
Ain't nobody better than nobody. We are all the same.
Mm.
Yes, we're all the same under the bar. I got that painted on the wall of my gym. Yes, sir. We're all the same. That's what Mama taught me. That's what my mama taught me from a little bitty boy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you talk about all the traveling you're doing.
No better than nobody else here.
Absolutely.
Do you enjoy all the world traveling?
I enjoy everything that I do.
Yes, sir.
Because, like I said, God could have picked anybody to beat me, but He picked me. So I'm gonna honor and be happy with who I am.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
So we got about.
It's like what CT said. I'm blessed. How you doing, CT? I'm blessed.
That's it.
How you doing, CT? I'm blessed. And can be in all. I mean, he could be hurting to the 10th degree. I'm blessed. How you doing, CT? I'm blessed.
That's it.
You're not gonna say, well, man, I got this pain in my back and it's killing me, and I'm hurting so bad. I really don't want to be here. That's not who you are. I'm blessed.
Absolutely.
I can testify to that. I've been texting this man every morning for the past 5-6 years now. Pops, how you feeling today? And I already know what he's going to say, but I feel like it's my obligation to ask him how he's doing. I'm blessed, son.
Because he's doing God's work. He's fulfilling his obligation, and that's what we all here doing.
That's it.
That's why he got that saying up there. Ain't nobody better than nobody.
Yep.
We all the same.
Absolutely. I'm gonna do my best till they throw dirt on top of me, Big Ron.
Exactly.
I feel like I owe so much. When anybody say anything, CT, I feel like I'm absolutely nothing, and I ain't done nothing to deserve to be praised about.
CT, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Me and you the same. We the same soul.
Yep, absolutely. That's why I'm so glad I got to talk to you. I've been a fan for a long time, but I just by what I got a lot in common with Big Ron.
Yep, we got a lot in common with each other.
Yeah.
So we got about 10 minutes left, but before we get out of here, I got to touch on a few things. So you battled some of the best bodybuilders ever. Who would Ronnie Coleman say were his biggest rivals in your mind? Who are your biggest rivals that you competed against all those years?
I'm gonna have to go with me, myself, and I.
Okay, let's take you out of the equation.
I know what he's saying.
I know what he's saying.
I know what he's saying.
I know exactly what he was saying.
You take me, myself, and out of it, I'm gonna say the guy that got second place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoever that might be.
Whoever that might be. That was my biggest rival.
I hear you.
Whoever got second place was my biggest rival. Every single time.
Yep. I also had
every single time. Whoever got second place was my biggest rival.
That's right. Well, what do I say about second?
Which one of you motherfuckers is coming in second?
Absolutely. I would walk into a contest and tell them that, Big Ron. I walk into a hey, which one of you motherfuckers is coming in second? All y'all know who gonna win this shit. And the reason I can say that, and I know the reason why you can say that and feel like that is because I said it because of this. And I guarantee you it's close to the same because I knew, King, that nobody there
did what I did.
Woo!
Like
I
it's
knew
starting to
that
be eerie how all the similarities. Like
I knew.
I'm gonna finish that sentence for you.
Damn right. I knew it. I knew it for. I say, hey, y'all just fight amongst yourself, second and third. But this top spot right here, that's mine.
It's mine. Because y'all ain't did what y'all ain't been through what I've been through.
Nope.
And y'all haven't done the stuff that I've done.
Goddamn right. That's why. That's why.
Hey, you have no idea what I've been through. I done been through some dark ass days. Dark ass days that nobody will never know.
Yep.
And won't have a clue as to how dark those days were.
You know what?
Because they wasn't there.
Yes, they wasn't there, and they won't.
And they don't have a clue.
And Big Ron ain't gonna tell them.
And Big Ron ain't gonna tell them because
and Big Ron,
they ain't. Hey, you know why I'm not gonna tell them, CT? Because they can't do it.
Hell no, they don't. They ain't made of the right shit to do that, Big Ron.
Exactly. they ain't made of the right shit to do that.
Nope.
So I ain't no need me even mention it to you. Basically.
Yep.
I don't even have to mention it to you because I know you can't do that.
So I got to ask you, the current landscape of bodybuilding. Who does Ronnie Coleman? Who are you a fan of now these days in the current state of bodybuilding?
Well, right now, I'm a fan of the sport.
Yeah,
pretty much. I know everybody work hard. Everybody is going through difficult times and difficult days. Everybody up there on stage is, because you have to do things that other people can't do and won't do.
Absolutely.
Bodybuilding is the toughest sport in the world.
Because it's nonstop. It's 24/7.
It's 24/7.
Yeah.
You know, MMA is hard. Playing basketball is hard. Football hard. You know, all those sports are hard. Boxing, they all hard. Bodybuilding is the toughest sport in the world. And the only reason why I know that is because I was one. And nobody else gonna think that because they ain't been one. You got to be a bodybuilder to understand exactly where I'm coming from.
I used to bodyguard for ex-heavyweight champion of the world named Mike Weaver. They call him Mike Hercules Weaver. And he was he was just naturally, they call him Hercules because he was built up so good. And I said, I used to tell him, I say, Mike, man, if you ever get tired of boxing and decide to be a weightlifter, you're going to do something. You're going to cause some damage because you're already just, he said, weightlifting? Oh, no, that's too hard. I said, too hard. I see motherfuckers busting you upside your head all day. And weightlifting is too hard. He says, CT, that's too hard, man. I ain't lifting the weights. That shit's too tough. So that's one athlete that understood how fucking hard bodybuilding is.
Exactly. Yeah. That's one athlete that I understood it.
Yeah. He said,
but it ain't too many people out there that understand that,
nope,
not too many.
So one of the last things I want to touch on, and the reason I want to touch on this is because when we have Flex on, Flex speaks about Ronnie Coleman in such a glowing light. He has so many positive things to say about you. I want to touch on for a minute the friendship between you and Flex. And from your perspective, why is that friendship with him so important? And I asked that because he brought that up and said just the friendship that you guys share with each other, you guys got such a connection. I just want to know, where did that come from and why is that relationship with him so special to you?
Because Flex is who he is, and I am who I am. We two of the nicest guys you ever want to meet. And we'll do anything we can to help you out, regardless of what the situation is. And you don't find too many people like that in this world.
Yeah, amen.
Flex didn't have to tell me, what he was doing, but he did.
Yeah. Amen.
He didn't have to introduce me to Chad Nichols, but he did. And it's all because it's who he is. I would have did the same thing for him too. And that's why me and Flex are, the two of the best friends ever. He always gonna be the, the most important friend I ever had my whole life.
Wow, man!
And he already know it ain't nothing I wouldn't do for him.
Yeah, he.
I've proved that to him.
Yeah, he brought up a story. He said, he'll see you out at these events, and you always are putting him on a pedestal about and just telling everybody everything that he did for you. And he was just like, he said, I always tell him, Ronnie, you don't have to do that. And he was like, you do it anyway because that's just the type of person you are.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I tell anybody who's willing to listen, Flex is pretty much responsible for me being who I am.
Wow.
But had it not been for him, I wouldn't be here.
Man,
I love hearing stories of just to see you two brothers, the connection that you have. And like he said, y'all did some real battles on that stage. And
yeah, buddy, we sure did.
And the battle the way that you guys did, and to come out of all of that and be as tight as you are, from the outside looking in, I just want to say that is a beautiful thing. Like I said, when Flex was talking about you, like I could tell he was getting emotional when he was talking about you. And to me,
I'm the same way.
Yeah, and that part touched me, so I had to touch on that before we got out of here. Just how important that relationship is with him, because I know how important it is to him, and to see how important it is to you is a beautiful thing. So I applaud you two brothers for coming together like that and having that type of friendship.
Yeah. Like I said, he's the best friend ever, and probably goes beyond that.
Yeah.
Because like I said, there's nothing I wouldn't do for that guy. Nothing in the world.
Yep.
He already know it.
Yep.
Anytime he has called on me to do anything, it's always without hesitation.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you need me to do?
Yep. And just like,
and guess what? I'm always gonna come through for him.
Yep. And I know he do the same thing.
I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you. What I'm gonna do for you.
Absolutely.
Now, before we get out of here, we're gonna have a little fun. So, Solomon, if you can cue up those clips of a young Mr. Fletcher coming from the world's greatest bodybuilder. He wants to know what you think of the young Fletcher over here. Can you see those pictures?
What I want to know, Big Ron, is everybody, not everybody, but a whole lot of people see these pictures and they say there's no way that I could be drug free. Now, I want to ask the greatest bodybuilder of all time.
I can look at you and tell you drug free.
You boy,
Solomon, you got to cut this into a clip.
I can look at you and tell you drug free. You look drug free to me.
All right, Ronnie. So, Ronnie, can I ask you, for somebody who is not super familiar of the world of steroids, what about that picture lets you know that he was natural? How can you tell?
The way he looked, the veins, the condition, everything. everything about that picture tells me he's drug free. His shape, his symmetry, his conditioning, everything. But you got to have the eye.
And that's why I asked, because I don't have the eye. Because I joke with him.
If you don't have the eye, you're not going to see it.
Yeah, I joke with him all the time. Like, we'll be looking at stuff. He'd be like, he's natural. He ain't natural. And I'm just like, how the hell can you tell? And so clearly I don't have the eye for that. That's why I wanted to ask.
Yeah, I can do the same thing. I can do the same thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I'll be like,
I can do the same. Just like CT, I can look at somebody and tell whether they're natural or not.
So I'll be like, I'm like, Pops, is he natural? He's like, boy, stop it. You know that boy. He just got the eye for it. And like I said, just for somebody who's not familiar with that world, it's hard for me to tell. So
no, not me. Not me. It's real easy for me to tell. Because I know how I used to look when I was drug free.
That's it.
That's why I can tell.
Yep. And that's when that's why I said, and before we get out of here, I'm gonna say it again. Ronnie Coleman is the greatest natural bodybuilder of all time. Also, the greatest physical, greatest bodybuilder period, but he's also the greatest natural bodybuilder of all time.
All right.
Yeah, so I can look and tell whether they're drug free or not.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get out of here, and again, we told you this from the start, sir, we just want to thank you so much for coming on the F Y'all podcast. This is a labor of love for me and him. And so to have somebody of your caliber bless this show means so much to us.
Means everything to me.
So
well, it's like I told CT earlier. He's like, normally we go for an hour, but we really would appreciate it if you go 2. Yeah. I like CT. You got me as long as you need me,
man.
And I'm gonna tell you, when he texted, told me that meant the world to him.
Absolutely.
He said, son, we got the king. We got the king. And sir, like I said, for me, for somebody who watched you as a young kid, saw you on the cover of these magazines and thought you were this bigger than life figure, it is an honor and a pleasure to be able to sit down and talk to the king, Mr. Ronnie Coleman. I always see you at these expos and I'm always like, I want to go say something, and I always back off and keep myself from coming up to you. But when I see you again, I'm going to come up and I'm going to shake your hand and I'm going to thank you again in person.
Okay.
Pops, any closing words?
All good.
Thank you, King.
The pleasure's all mine.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen.
Like I like to tell people, this pleasure's all mine.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, the legendary, the king, Mr. Ronnie Coleman. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes, sir. Nothing but a peanut, right?
Still ain't nothing but a peanut.
Hell.
Damn right. Mr. Coleman, thank you for coming on the podcast. We appreciate you, sir, and we will hopefully see you very soon.
Thank you.
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
See you guys around.
All right now.
Thank you.
You are more than welcome, my friend. More than welcome. Anytime.
Right, so we're going to end this episode like we do every episode. Pops, kick it off.
Fuck y'all.